Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be teaching you on how to cut one of the celestial regalia called superior senior leader. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. On the fabric, I'll be folding 2 inches, and the 2 inches is for the button allowance. Then I'll start measuring 4. The 4 is all part of the measurement for now. I'm not making use of the 4 for now, but I need to measure 4 from the top of the fabric. Then I will connect it together. Note that the length is not starting from the top. I am to start the length from that 4, and there is a reason for that. So let's go measuring the length. The length is 36. Then I am adding 3.5 inches for the folding allowance. I am not starting the length from the top. I am starting the length from where I measured 4. So I am connecting the length together. I'm connecting the length of the fabric. And this is the folding allowance. And the next thing is to cut it out from the folding allowance. So this is the exact measurement for the length and the folding allowance. I want to cut out the front part and the back part. So from where the measurement of the length starts, I am starting the back, and the back is 18 divided by 2 plus half. So from the back point, I measured the armhole, which is 44 divided by 4 rather. So for the chest part, my chest is 44. The chest that I have here is 44 divided by 4, which is 11 plus 1 for the folding allowance. Then from the armhole part, I measured 1.5 to slanting the shoulder. Then for the neck part, I measured 3 by 3. So I'll connect it together. Then from that 1.5 that I measured to the neck, I'll connect it together. Then from that same 1.5 to the very last end of the armhole, I'll divide it into 2. Hope you are following me. Then I'll measure 1 inside. Why I measured 1 is because I don't want the armhole to be somehow bulging. Do you understand? So I don't want it to be a kind of bulge armhole. So the next thing is to cut it out. I started the cutting from the neck. Can you see how I cut it out? Then once you get there, you stop. Then I will flip the back on it, just because I don't want any joining at the sides. So don't forget to like and follow. So I turn it just because I want to shape my back. And don't forget that when I flipped it, it is not equal. Why? Is because the front part is having button and the back part doesn't have button, so I have to reduce it by the one I added to the chest. I did the chest. I measured 44 divided by 4, which is 11 plus 1. That's 12. So I have to reduce it. So the essence of the 4 I added at the beginning of this video is because of the back. So I'm chalking out the 4. Then I will connect it together like this. After that, I will connect it to the armhole or draw it. Then I will cut it out. I'll cut the armhole for the back. Then I will trim the shoulder because I added 4. Then you flip it over on the front part in order to have your accurate cutting. Can you see why I flipped it over? This is the neck for the back. So let me trim it. Then the armhole, I will retrim it. It must be equal. So this is superior senior leader, and you can use this same method to cut the regalia for those people that are wearing senior leader, and assistant leader. So can you see the front and back? Then I want to cut out the sleeve. The length is 23, so I am adding 1 inch, which makes it 24. Then the wideness of my sleeve, I am using 24 because I want the pleat on the shoulder to be full. So in order to get the kind of view that I want, so I need to make it 24, and the length is 23, but I am adding 1 to the length of the sleeve, so that makes it 24. So the wideness that I want to use is 24 also. After getting the wideness, then from that top, from the top, I'll be measuring 13. So I'll be measuring 13. Then from that 13, I will connect it to the sleeve length like this. See the way I am drawing the sleeve, and I will cut it out. You will see the shape now. Don't forget to follow for more. So this is the sleeve. And the next thing is to cut that edge. And this edge that I'm cutting is the edge that will be connecting with the shoulder of the main body. So this is the end of our tutorial. Don't forget to follow for more. Thank you.